Hello everyone, welcome to Reactify Labs. Today let's study the proxy design pattern. It is another structural design pattern. Proxy pattern. Okay. So the technical definition is proxy is a structural design pattern that lets us provide a substitute or placeholder for another object. A proxy controls access to the original object, allowing us to perform something either before or after the request gets through to the original object. So basically, proxy is mm, having the same definition or similar meaning as the literal word proxy. Okay. I think the students are very familiar with the word proxy with respect to attendance. And this design pattern is not much different from that. So what happens is, let's say there is a teacher and there are students in class. Okay. And this class had 5 students, but only 3 are present. So when teacher takes attendance, this guy says present sir on his roll call, and for other person also who is not in the class, this guy says present for that student also. So what this guy did is, this guy worked as a proxy for this, right? So this is the similar concept. In the real world example, the best example would be credit card. So there is a bank. Okay. You go to a shop. Okay. You buy something and you have to pay. So what do? Is you go to bank, go to bank, withdraw some cash, right? And then you go to the shop again and pay the shopkeeper. Pay the shopkeeper. Okay. Another thing what you can do is pay using your card. So both these approaches work as a proxy for your bank because ultimately the money is deducted from your bank. Okay. So what we are doing here is we are making the card and cash work as proxy for the bank. Okay. So what we actually do is we tell the user or somebody that okay, we have, maybe I don't immediately have the bank with me, but I have card which will do the same thing, I have cash which will do the same thing. So just take it and assume that bank is doing it. Okay. Ultimately everything is the bank. Okay. And another example, let's take a very practical software example which we all would have observed. For example, what happens is, um, let's say you have to an image download an image from the web. Okay. And this image is, for example, 50 MB. So once you fetch this image, your cache stores this. So if you have to fetch again the same image, it will not download another 50 MB of image. No, it will not download. So it will just return you the image which is there in the cache. Fetch from cache. Okay. So this is how proxy works. Here the cache is working as the proxy, right? Cache has an image stored which is working as the proxy for the original image which is stored in the URL. Unless there is a change in the URL and the cache is invalidated, it is not going to update. Okay. So let's understand it with how the code is implemented for this. So the primary what do you say point or the primary keyword here is the proxy and the original object implement the same interface. So let's make an interface for image. There is a image interface. Okay. And it has a function called display, right? Right. Now there is a real image which we have to download from the web. Okay, this is going to implement this interface. So this real image will have a function, will have constructors and all, but it will have a function called load image. It will have a function called load image. Okay, and this is going to load the image, and it will have another function called display, because obviously it has to override from the interface, right? And when we know that the image already exists, we have to provide a substitute, right? So we will use a proxy. So there is a proxy image class which will also implement the same image interface, and it will also have something called display. Okay, so it will have a display function, and also this will have an object of real image. So it will have a real image object, RIMG. Okay, and what this display will do is, this display will just load the image and show it. Okay, but what this display will do, this has to take care of the fact that if the image exists or not. So what this will do is, this display will check if RIMG means real image is null. If the real image is null, only then it is going to fetch the real image. Okay, then RIMG will be created, new real image, right? And this real image is going to be fetched. Okay, that's it. Else, if the real image is not null, means if this proxy sees that the person has already fetched it and it is not null, what this will do is, this is going to return the real image. So real image dot display. So the display function will be called for the real image. This display function will be called. Okay, you might be wondering how this real image is getting loaded. Okay, so this is getting loaded through the constructor, which I did not show here because it's clear, it's understandable, because this real image will have a constructor. Just in case it is not clear, this real image constructor, what this will do is, this will do some things, and at the end, after the processing, it will also call the load image. This function will be called. Okay, so whenever we are creating the constructor of the real image, this load image will be called, and if it does not exist, if the real image object is null, then this will be called. So the image will be loaded from the website, from the URL, and image will be displayed. If it is already exists, then this if block will not be run, and only then this real image dot display will be called, and the image which has already been fetched before will be displayed. Okay, let's see how the client will call it. So client has to check the image img equal to new proxy image. Client will call the proxy image. Okay, and this proxy image will call display, img dot display. Okay, so this display will be called. So what will happen when the display is called img dot display? It will check, is RIMG null? Yes, it knows that because this is the first time it's happening, so it is null. So it will be created, one new real image will be created. Even though we are calling proxy, the real image object is getting created and real object is displayed. So if we click the same img dot display the next time, what it will do, it will again go here, the display function. It will check, is real image null? It will say no, this step made it not null, so it's not null now. So this if statement will not be run, and only real image dot display will be run. So the same object is going to run the display. So this is going to show the thing which has already been fetched in this stage. Okay, so in this stage what happens is, image loaded from web. Okay, and in this stage, image not loaded again. it will be displays fetched image. Okay, so that's it. I hope this clears the proxy design pattern, and this was the last design pattern in structural design patterns. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.